Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam Mckola. We are back. This is the news. And this morning, well, this afternoon, we are feeling a whole lot better about life. Man United win. I smile. I'm a very, very simple man. And Manchester United won last night. But I tell you who wasn't smiling when he got taken off as a substitute. That was Cristiano Ronaldo. And we'll be discussing that. We'll be discussing Jesse Lingard's future yet again. We'll be talking as well about Eric Bailly's future at Manchester United, as well as anything else that pops up. What I want you guys to do right there at home is hit that subscribe button below this video. Like the video as well. And if you've already subscribed and liked and you're not a member, maybe you want to consider becoming a member. So click that join button. Anyway, let's get stuck into the news. And on the back pages this morning, everywhere, I'm not going to share any of them because I don't have any of them with me, but the ones I saw online, they're literally talking about Cristiano Ronaldo having come off as a sub and was fuming yesterday. Now I know why. He's the biggest player in name on the planet in terms of football, and Manchester United are a huge name. Put those two things together, Ronaldo angry, it sells newspapers. But I wasn't angry with seeing Cristiano Ronaldo's reaction to that yesterday. What that showed me is we've still got someone that's hungry to succeed, hungry to score goals, and hungry to perform at a top level. He's a man that wants to achieve targets, his own personal targets, his own team targets. And I like that desire to keep playing. And I'm also glad that Ralph Rangnick has the balls to take him off, because that shows a little bit about Ralph Rangnick as well. For him, earlier in the week, you know, after Cristiano Ronaldo's interview, to come out and defend Cristiano Ronaldo and to defend him as a player, to select him and to make sure there's no, you know, there is no issues between Ralph Rangnick and Cristiano Ronaldo. And he admires him as one of the best players about, one of the top goal scorers about. But then also to say to the rest of the players, well, actually, you have to work as hard as Cristiano Ronaldo to be in this team. But then also, I will substitute anybody. I will take off Cristiano Ronaldo if I have to, for the benefit of the team. And he also learned from his mistakes against Aston Villa. He came out and said 2-0 up against Villa. After the game, I wish I went to a back three centre-backs. I wish I changed things up. So I wasn't going to make that same mistake against Brentford. And look, Brentford got a goal late on. Now, we had a 2-goal lead, so it was fine. But if we haven't got that third goal, you know, if we don't change the shape, they get another goal. Do they build up that pressure and they're able to then, you know, grab a point or something? Who knows? So I thought, perfect decision. Perfect decision. When Ronaldo would have scored, Rashford scoring, he would have been sitting there thinking that should be me scoring that goal. But it was also great to see Rashford scoring as well. And I think this also guarantees us a Cristiano Ronaldo goal at the weekend, does it not? He is going to have a point to prove, and he's probably going to prove it. So, all things being said, I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest with you. As much as the papers and opposition fans will want you to believe, it is a big deal. Moving on from that anyway, and we've got something here from Sport Witness. Now, obviously, the story is from Gazzetta dello Sport, but Sport Witness have brought that to us. He says, Milan are still searching for a new centre-back in January. AC were linked with a move for Eric Bailly, and they have moved on to other targets because United weren't all that interested in a loan. But Gazzetta dello Sport believe that has now changed. The newspaper explained that after the initial closures, the Red Devils have decided to open the loan of the Ivory Coast international, who is currently with his national team in the African Cup of Nations. Now, I'm not sure about this. And look, I totally understand if we let Eric Bailly go. But in January on loan, I don't get it. Because Lindelof and Varane, for me, should be our first choice centre-backs now. And you've then got Maguire and Jones behind them. What if Jones gets injured again? You know, and I know Eric Bailly's also got his injury troubles, but just having him about, if he's available, and I also think he's better than Harry Maguire, but nevertheless, if you have him about, available, and he has been fit for a lot of this season, then he could become useful to you. Also, he's at the the African Cup of Nations with Ivory Coast at the minute. Is he going to be able to get a time to make a move happen? Who knows? But AC Milan's still interested in him, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. And that would be an interesting move, to be honest. If he leaves United, I would love to see him play for AC, just to see how he'd get on. Playing for a huge club like that. Obviously, in a different league that's a little bit, maybe it's a bit more suitable to him. I know he's fast and reckless and all that, but in terms of his injuries, the lifestyle, maybe he would be able to manage his body a little bit better. But it definitely be interesting to see him at AC Milan. Newcastle have made approach for Lingard. Now, Jesse Lingard is understood to be keen to listen to any approach from Newcastle. This is according to Sky Sports. And he's impressed by their signing of his friend Trippier. Midfielder is out of favour at United and has just 6 months remaining on his contract. Newcastle have made an approach to United for Lingard, who's out of contract and has no interest in renewing. Lingard is believed to be interested in considering every offer and could favour a permanent switch to St James's Park. If this move happens in January, I could only see that being a low move, to be totally honest with you. Because at the moment, Lingard is only allowed to speak to clubs that are outside of England in terms of a permanent move. We know how football is and contacts happen and things like that. But, you know, contractually, he's only allowed to speak to clubs outside. Also, you've got Newcastle who could potentially go down. Now, if they make a few signings, you know, that probably doesn't happen. But Newcastle could go down. So he's well within his rights to think, well, actually, if I left on a permanent now, you know, then I might be stuck at a championship club. But also, if he leaves on a loan now, 6 months later, he can sign for Newcastle still, if they're still a Premier League club, and he gets a fat signing on fee. And look, fair play, you know, focus on, you know, make as much money as you possibly can. But I think once players get to 6 months left in their contract and they have that carrot dangled of a huge signing on fee or even bigger wages, I think it's then hard for clubs to even try and sell him or try and, you know, get a small, like, the player's not going to do it. The player's not going to do it. The clubs that actually want him may wait 6 months. So then you're going to get offers from teams that you probably don't want to go to or you don't want to go to permanently. And like I say, you know, a £20 million signing on fee or whatever could be game changing, life changing for your family. So I understand why people and why footballers probably do that and wait until the end of their contracts, especially once clubs let it go down to 6 months. We did it with Ander Herrera. Once PSG entered the frame, we couldn't really negotiate with what they were doing. And you'd imagine it'll probably be the same here. Although United aren't really showing an intent to keep him anyway. They're just showing an intent to try and get something. Whereas you could have got a fee for him last summer. You could have got a fee for him, you know, ages ago. It's just ineptness from Manchester United. Hopefully all of this will stop soon. Obviously you've got Fletcher, Murto, hopefully Rangnick in the summer up there that can try and resolve these issues that we have in terms of recruitment. Although I wouldn't hold my breath, to be totally honest with you. So that's what we have on Jesse Lingard. We also heard Ralph Rangnick talking about Paul Pogba as well, being back in the squad. Having moved to a 4-3-3, I'm excited to see that. I think the 4-3-3 is getting the best out of Bruno, getting the best out of the team, and I think it'll also get the best out of Paul Pogba as well, have him in his best position. But for how long, who knows? There's more rumours linking him with moves to Real Madrid, PSG, and Manchester United's offer's still on the table. But again, he's not going to sign that. When you can get a fat signing on fee and as much contract from another club now, and probably a club that's going to be more successful in the short term, you would go and do that, wouldn't you? So United again, fucking themselves. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and comment and share and subscribe and keep it locked. Till next time, I've been Adam Mckola. I'm out of here.